All across the country, there are protests against police departments. Some people indeed say they don't want the police anymore. Part of that is because everybody has seen or heard a report about a policeman or woman doing something wrong. Clearly, they are not doing their duty. We want to find out about that, so we're joined by Norman Inkster. He is a former commissioner of the RCMP, the top cop in Canada. We are broadcasting from above the George Restaurant, Queen Street East in Toronto. Commissioner, thank you very much for joining us. When people see a video, see in the news, a cop clearly doing something that's wrong, what should happen?
He or she should be fired.
Just summarily?
We need a standard when the bad behavior is obvious.
Right.
It's not been concocted. It's not written by someone to someone, but we've actually all seen it, and that behavior is terrible.
Yes.
That individual should be fired, in my view.
And without a trial?
I think that we need to have a standard that is designed for police officers who have the ability to take away your life. They carry guns.
Yes.
They take away your freedom. So yes. I think the standard should be something like balance of probabilities. Everyone's seen it. It happened. There's no doubt about it. That person has no place in law enforcement. Now, if they're fired, of course there will be appeals. The courts will get involved, and maybe some of them will be reinstated. But unless we find a way to rid police organizations of people who clearly misbehave, we'll never regain and maintain public confidence in law enforcement.
As public confidence is paramount, in some cases we hear that this officer was involved in altercations before and doing something wrong. So your answer is one shot at it and you're out.
Exactly. And there will be many people who say that is quite unreasonable. But you will find that most people who step beyond that line that we have witnessed on television time and time again, as you have mentioned, they've stepped beyond that line before, and yet they're still in the organization and still engaged in bad behavior. That should not be part of law enforcement at all.
Does that hurt? Obviously, I guess it does. The public confidence in police forces.
Absolutely. What happened to the day when I was growing up when the police officer was your friend? Today, many people in many large cities are afraid to approach the police for fear of what might happen. That should never be the case.
Okay, Norman Inkster, former commissioner of the RCMP, thanks for joining us.
My
3
pleasure.
minutes. Thank you for watching. We are going to continue to broadcast from the secret bar here on top of the George Restaurant courtyards on Queen Street East in Toronto. In these days, where politicians are spending a lot of your money, Parliament's not sitting, it's important to have an independent news source. That's what we are doing. We hope you subscribe.